Obviously, it's just been a year since your first gig. So over the last kind of year, how do you feel your sound has developed since the first gig?
Since the first gig, I think we've got more of a definitive sound now with the new singles we're releasing over the coming year. Before with the two EPs, it was kind of a mix of everything, but we're trying to get down to a definitive Pages sound.
Yes.
I agree.
I also agree.
There you go.
I concur.
And like over the last kind of year, are there any like experiences or specific events that you can recall that have had a big impact upon the change of the sound?
On the sound,
Buying a synth.
Yeah.
new equipment,
For sure.
SPD.
Oh yeah, get my sample pad.
Oh,
Yeah.
sample pad's the main one.
That has to
Speak
Yeah.
about the sample pad, Kyle.
the,
Kyle, give us a little.
the sample pad
little
has changed
insight.
my life, really.
It's true.
I feel like it's made me a better drummer, firstly, because I'm having to concentrate so much more than I would have. Everyone has to be so much better than we were before as well, which I feel like has kind of happened.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But as far as the sound goes, that's definitely changed it live.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much.
Well, adds something else, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It does.
it's another element.
Well, I suppose it's more like you're always missing an element. If you decide to use synths in the recording and then go to play live without them, then you're never going to be able to replicate your recordings live. And now we've got certainly the tools to be able to do that, and we're trying our best and getting better at doing it, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of last year, again, obviously the band's grown quite a lot in that time. What kind of things are you able to use to kind of gauge how the band is growing? How can you tell that it's getting bigger?
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah.
Social media, strangers talking about it,
Well, yeah, even just
not so much.
Folk getting interested.
being offered more things, it's
Yeah,
snowballing
that's
so much.
That's what I meant to say. Not so much strangers talking about it. There was the other day I was looking through Facebook, and it was some sort of society had shared an article, and someone had commented saying, "Oh, we saw them here and they were good, and no one knew who it was." So that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do like when that
Um,
happens.
So yeah, I suppose just how busy you are. Like, we did 3 gigs in 2018, and I don't know how many gigs we've done this year. We've done a lot though.
We're
We've
coming
got a
up to
lot
about
coming up
20.
as well.
Definitely
So
up to
It's a
yeah,
big improvement over last year.
so I suppose busyness is good.
And speaking of busyness, obviously the new single coming out soon. Talking about that new single, sonically, you know, it's a lot dancier perhaps than some of the other stuff. The other stuff is dancey, but this kind of ups that quite a bit.
This is kind of more of a current pop song than the other ones. The other ones were sort of indie songs, but this is sort of taking influences from a little bit from Ariana Grande, some from 1975. There's a band called the Aces that we enjoy a lot. It's got stuff from that. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good song.
Yeah.
How long, like musically, how long was like the kind of beat behind the whole track written over? Did you take a while to write the whole thing and get everything in, or was it?
I think what took longer was trying to get perfect sound for it, really, or what we found was perfect.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that we began kind of writing it in, maybe was it April?
Mm-hmm.
April, maybe. And we were planning to release it before the tour, but when you plan a tour,
That went
it's
well.
amazing you don't actually have that much time to do anything else. And I think because we liked the song so much, we wanted it to be right when it came out. So we put a lot of effort into trying to work out who to get to produce the song, and we think that we found the best person to do that in Rob Murray.
He's completely transformed it, really.
So we're really happy with how it sounds, and we're really excited to finally, kind of say, oh, we know when it's coming out, because that's been something that we've been getting asked about for a while.
Another part of the song I wanted to ask about is the guitar, because I love the way the guitar sounds on it.
Oh, thank you.
How long does it take to get? How do you work out what you want the guitar to sound like on it, and how long does it take to get to that sound?
You just sit and play around for ages. It's there's not really any method to it. You just sit for a while and then suddenly think, oh, that sounds really good, I'll do that. But it's kind of a really fuzzy sort of distorted guitar, which is contrasts with the synth sound really clean on it. It's a really clean sort of palette. And then you have the guitar sounds really rough, so I like that about the song as well. But
And then obviously we were kind of speaking earlier on a bit about telling how the band is growing, and you were also speaking about someone commenting on that post. When you're at gigs, what's kind of the best reaction you've had from someone, you know, live that you've seen?
I think the O'Neill's thing, that girl.
Oh yeah.
When we played the Sign of the Summer O'Neill's competition, which we're going down to Glasgow for the next round of that, but the way it worked was there was a bunch of judges who were just like, some of them were bar staff, other ones were just like members of the public who'd been there since the beginning, and there was this one girl who, as soon as we started playing, just got up and started dancing, and it was just, she hadn't been doing that for the rest of the band, so.
No.
When you see people like that, it shows you are doing something right
Yeah.
for someone, which is
And she loved it,
very,
so
very nice. Yeah.
she's having a great time.
The best feeling I've had playing live was when we've done the headline shows, particularly the hometown ones so far, and when you settle into the gig and you finish a song and there's just a slight pause and then everyone starts cheering.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. That like calms you down, settles you in. We've had a lot of fun playing gigs this summer so far.
And obviously you mentioned the Aberdeen headliner there. How did that compare to gigs you've done in the past?
I thought it was amazing. Like,
Yeah, it was fun.
it was quite a dream to headline tunnels from
Yeah.
even when I was doing so many supports there and all that. It was quite strenuous, but then getting to headline it was really great, especially because it was so busy that day.
Yeah, it was packed. We had to walk through the crowds as well to get to the
Yeah.
No, that was ace. That was really good. The thing is though, I've really enjoyed all of the ones that we've done so far. Like we were saying, this time last year was our first show, and that was a support at Drummond's, first on, so nervous beforehand, but it was amazing because the first time you've done it, so excited, and then I feel like it just keeps getting better, it just keeps getting more exciting.
But we keep getting
More
better
fun.
as well. So
I hope so.
I've got a few kind of more general ones to round off. What do you think is the biggest misconception about being in a band compared to your expectations maybe a year ago to now?
it's not all fun.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the biggest one. It's very, very hard work if you're wanting to do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all of it's about like music. There's
Yeah.
also the whole like
The-
business side of it that nobody even thinks about. Which
A band is a business, essentially.
yeah,
Probably that playing a gig is about 0.0000001% of the time that you spend
Well, even
doing
on the
band
day
stuff,
of the
and
gig.
even like music side, there's so much more to it than I expected. But at the same time, I wouldn't change any of it. I really enjoy how much there is to do and trying to work out how best to go about it. It's cool.
It's really fun.
In stage or studio, what's your preference in life?
Mine's a stage.
stage
Has to be stage.
Studio.
depends. Like, what do you mean, like recording or like just mucking about in a studio?
Because
Recording, yeah.
Recording, nah, I'd say it's live.
recording,
Live's more fun.
recording isn't glamorous at all, but it's something you have to do. But I prefer over stage stuff,
A
personally.
healthy mix.
I love the spontaneity of
Yeah,
playing.
live's more like recording.
Well, playing's when it comes together, isn't it?
It's so unpredictable
Like-
though. Anything can go wrong. That's what I love
Yeah.
about it. And when you're recording, like although I love recording, it's such a controlled environment that you can properly go into every detail. But then that's what like the rehearsals are kind of for. So
Yeah, depends on
Yeah.
the song. Depends what you're recording.
yeah.
Like, if you're having fun recording it, and it's a good song, then you're gonna love it.
So yeah, that was an incredibly long and condescending answer. So we like playing live and we like recording, but we also don't like recording and we don't like playing live.
Just
but we
individual
maybe like
preference.
recording.
I like playing live if it's a good song. For recording.
There's nothing.
We enjoy everything about it.
Yeah, there's nothing I dislike about playing live.
I get a bit sweaty.
We all get really sweaty playing
Yeah.
live because of the lights.
The towels. You need to invest in more towels.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time we had to share a towel,
It was
and
grim.
we were a bit
Nice.
concerned that
Some
we
good
didn't
catch
meet the
some-
health
I
and
mean,
safety standards
Yeah, I mean-
expected of us.
I hated that.
Kyle has dandruff, so it was kind of.
Nah.
To round it off, what do you think is the biggest strength or weakness of Pages?
The biggest what? Sorry.
Strength and weakness.
Strength and weakness.
The strength is community. I feel. Because
Yeah.
the amount of friends that are coming out, even.
We are extremely lucky to have
Yeah.
the amount of friends that come out to see us for most of our gigs. Like, I think other bands would kill to have that sort of
Loyal
support
family.
from their friends and that.
Yeah.
Weakness, I'd say, probably inexperience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's such a learning curve for
Yeah.
the more that you're doing, the more you're learning everything. But then, the first time you're doing something, you're probably pretty awful at it, which is kind of what we're finding.
You're certainly not going to be like know exactly what to do, but maybe sometimes being a little bit naive and not really knowing what to do. Maybe as long as you keep throwing yourself into it, you might just end up somewhere happy.
That's a nice note to end on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cool.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Cheers.
So thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.